Hello, class. And Lisa, thank you for letting me present tonight via satellite. Thank you to Lewis and Irene for having me as a partner, even though you knew that I wouldn't be here. But you guys got this. We had a lot of fun watching this movie. Thank you for smoking. We watched it, we paused it, we laughed, we talked, and I believe we put together a really great paper, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So tonight I'm just going to introduce the movie and give you an overview, talk about our central character, although there are many, and the different forms of persuasive tactics that are used in this movie, which are most of them that we learned in class. The movie is about tobacco, as you can see, but really it is a study in the persuasion tactics. All the appeals we learned about in class were used in this film, and they are twisted to support the argument for our main character. Let me introduce Nick Naylor. Nick Naylor is a lobbyist for the Academy of Tobacco Studies. He is confident, articulate, he is attractive and very quick on his feet, as he has to be for the job he has. He instinctively uses the appeals that we learned in class without having to really think about it. He just does it because he's that good. He uses pathos, logos, ethos, and for his delivery, he uses the fourth appeal, kyrios, which is timing. He uses timing a lot because he is so quick on his feet and the others come naturally. He's able to use timing for delivery to make his point. And I don't want to go into it too much because Irene and Louis are going to talk about the different instances when he uses this appeal. Nick creates a connection with his audience. We are taught that we're supposed to do that, but he knows his audience, and when he doesn't know his audience, he's so good at his job that he quickly sums them up, and that's why they call him the Sultan of Spin. We see the 5 canons of persuasive speech used in this movie. Invention, the fact that tobacco is safe. He invents that fact. It clearly isn't safe, but he even comes up with the research that they're quick to show has not found any harm in tobacco. But Nick is fighting demographics because this movie, although taken from real life, happened in the early 90s, and we saw it play out on C-SPAN, that this really happened. So it's kind of funny that they made this very intelligent, satirical movie on real life. And I don't think Nick Naylor's character is too far off from those that do exist in Washington, D.C. He reduces cognitive dissonance by saying, if you argue correctly, you're never wrong. He says this to his son for a number of reasons. Nick persuades all around him. Everything in his life is a persuasion. To his ex-wife, to his son, to his boss, to his boss's boss, to those that he doesn't have many friends, and those he's friends with other lobbyists, and they sit there and have lunch, the MOD, Masters of Disaster. He is really great and enjoying to watch. He reduces the health statistics so that they work in his way. He uses Toomlin's model of fact, claim, evidence, and rebuttal. In the school, when one of the kids in his son's class says, "Ooh, you are here to talk about smoking? My mom says smoking's bad." And he says, "Is your mom a doctor? Is your mom some kind of expert?" So he uses these not just to help his case, but he uses all these persuasive tactics to go against anyone else who's making a case against him. The narrative approach, I thought he used very well. He has a situation with what we know as the Marlboro Man, who is now dying of cancer and wants to talk bad about the tobacco industry. Well, Nick comes to him, and Irene, I don't want to ruin your story, but he paints a picture, which is the narrative approach, which puts the Marlboro Man in a tough situation. That is the outcome that Nick needs him to be at. So That being said, we have a couple clips we're going to show. Enjoy our talk. I wish I could be there to join in, but I hope I set this up in a way that makes sense. Thank you, and Irene, play the clip.